We are live and we are ready to go. Jenna, can you just confirm for me? Yeah,
Yes, we're
I
here.
think it is going. Perfect. Excellent. So this is the last day of the 5-day live series that we're doing. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because this is the last day. It's a good thing because this is the last day. So now it's all on you. Here's what's going to happen from today onward. I mean, today's session is going to be epic because we'll be talking about one thing that most people struggle with, and that's traffic generation. But here's what's going to happen after today. After today, it goes back to you. You will have to implement, you will have to take action, and you will have to execute. Check back in the group every single day, every single week. And I'm going to do something every week, most likely in the group with Jenna and Aiden as well, who's by the way on the call, to make sure that you stay on track. That is the most important part of being committed to your first $1,000 with membership sites. Because if you're not committed, if you're not excited about it, it's not going to happen because I can't do it for you. No one else can do it for you, but you can. And I can tell you that once you do it, you're going to love the whole experience and you would want to do it over and over again. So, Jenna, just quickly, I know you're here as well, Aiden's here as well. We'll just do a quick round and then we'll talk a little bit about building a tribe. So, Jenna.
All right, what am I going on now? I thought you were going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's time, right? We got to go get a drink. No wrap up today. No wrap up yet.
Yeah, I'll let Aiden. I feel like I've been talking for like 5 days straight. So I see a couple of people are like they're excited for the final session and more traffic from Colin. And traffic is really cool, but like Ryan said yesterday, sometimes it's just a matter of doing it or buying it. So it's really, I want to say easy, but once you have that whole system in place, traffic is the sexy part. The system is what's actually going to start converting for you. But I'd love to hear, so like I know in our 30-day program, the Membership Growth Institute, I'm going to be showing you kind of like my way of getting that instantaneous or that short win Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn traffic. But I'd love to hear what Aiden does with Facebook. We were kind of joking about it prior to jumping on the live call.
Yeah, let's do some quick intro with Aiden, and then I can kind of circle back and just get some key takeaways from Ryan, and then we can start with the actual content today. So Aiden, quick introductions.
Yeah, sure. First off, Neil, thank you very much for having me here, and Jenna. This is really, really cool. And yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm not that new. I'm not that online that long. I've been online the last 3 years, and I've been sort of working on different projects, and I sort of settled in on Facebook. Facebook has been like my project for the last 2 years, and I've been trialing and testing different things, and something just about Facebook appealed to me in terms of driving free traffic, because when you first start off and you're new, it's expensive. Like people don't have that money to invest in paid traffic, and that was something I was really mindful of starting off. It's like, how can I drive traffic to my content? How can I come up with different strategies to do that? And Facebook just was a perfect fit for me because it's where people are. That's the whole point of the platform. It's a social platform, and it's actually quite easy, if you know the right place to look for people, to connect with them. So that is what I've been spending the last 2 years doing, is actually building a tribe, and that's what I'm going to be discussing in more detail in the coming as we move through the call. And I just want to break it down for people. If I can do this, anybody can do this. I was working a full-time job while I was doing this, and I've scaled it up, and scaled it up. So it's the reality of actually achieving what I have done. It is doable. I just want people to show, when I show you my results, it's 100% true, while I was holding down a full-time job. So it's the easiest way that I've discovered how to generate free traffic. And as Jenna alluded to there, traffic is the sexy bit. It's the bit that you get it to your content, and that's where the magic happens. But it's extra special is when you're making sales and you have to pay for the traffic. That's what I love about it. And that's why I'm excited to reveal some of the stuff that I have in my presentation for today. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be covering. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I just know I have a system that works. I'm going to show you that today.
I would argue that nobody is an expert or guru. Like those are some of my least favorite words ever. When somebody says the word guru, like my eyes roll to the back of my head. I'm like, whatever. But if somebody can tell me they have a system and that they've implemented it and it works, that is what I love to hear.
That's exactly it. And that's why I wanted Aiden to be basically doing most of this call and sharing the system that's working for him. And let me just kind of preface this here. When I met Aiden, it was about 3 weeks ago, he showed me what he was doing and I was impressed. I said, hey, Aiden, this is good. Can you kind of help me, in this movement that we're doing, which is my first 1,000, and you can be the guy who knows everything about Facebook traffic? And he said, yes, I can. But then just a couple of days ago, we had another call and he showed me this advanced thing that he's doing. And I think he'll discuss that today as well. And when I said I was initially impressed, now my mind was just blown, because what he showed me showed basically as a proof that he was doing better with Facebook free traffic now that he's doing with an email list of 4,000 people that he has at the moment. I think it's 3 or 4,000, which, I mean, that should shock you, because not only is that powerful, but that shows you the opportunities that are available for you if you are tapping into the right kind of traffic systems. And just one of the systems is something, like I said, Aiden will discuss today. But I will say this, and I think Jen is trying to make me laugh. I will say this, that if you followed what Ryan talked about yesterday, for him, it was all about building a community, a tribe. Now, some might call it a cult, but whatever you want to call it, it's all about building a place where people defend you. People not only know you, like you, trust you, but they defend you. Let me give you an example here. I am so active in the Kyvio group, and of course, I'm also really active in this group now, that whenever someone comes in that group and says, Neil's a scammer because he didn't respond to my support ticket, even before I've had the time to answer that person, everyone else jumps in and says, hey, hold on a second, what happened? Let's see if we can help you. Neil's a great guy, and this and that. And to me, that's what a tribe is all about. To me, a tribe is a group of people that watch your back, that when you're not there to defend yourself, they look out for you, that when they're evangelists basically. So when someone talks about, hey, what's the best way to build a membership site, there are a lot of people who jump on those threads and say, Kyvio, I'm not paying them. I'm not asking them to do it. But because they're successful, because they're getting results with what they're using, they have no problem suggesting Kyvio. So when I talk about building a tribe and we talk about building a cult, what you really want to do is you want to elicit positive emotions in people so that they are able to make recommendations on your behalf even when you're not there. And a lot of what Ryan, yeah, sorry.
I was say that's exactly right. And Gazelle was saying someone actually has the nerve to say that all the time. And I would say, like, the idea of building, let's say, tribe to the pro level is when not only do people defend the people, let's say, at Digital Marketer, at Kyvio, but they start to integrate so much with each other that they see themselves as a tribe with one another, a community. They'll start defending each other. So if somebody, like, not even, Neil, if someone said something bad about Aiden in the Kyvio group, not only will they defend Neil, but they will turn around and defend Aiden.
Exactly. And the real community, the real tribe sets in, like Jenna said, is when people are looking out for each other as well. So I've been in groups before where, I haven't been super active for some time, but people still get in touch with me and they say, hey, Neil, I came across this link, which I thought might be interesting to you. And that's what we want. We want to build community here so that, you have solidarity, friendships with each other. This is exactly what my first 1,000 is all about, which is why I feel confident that if you had a tribe, you could really run your business without ever relying on someone else, one individual for that matter. Now, again, I want to go back to just quickly talk about what Ryan discussed yesterday, because Ryan talked about the fact that the digital marketing lab is digital marketer lab is growing all the time. Now, do you think they're always over investing in traffic, in paid traffic? Well, they are, I'm sure, but they also have the whole community, the whole group talking about digital marketer lab. If the community wasn't that good, Jenna would never have recommended that to me, and we wouldn't have been able to convince Ryan to come on. And Ryan came on and he talked about what he's doing there as well. So all of this is community building exercise, and that is something that you should naturally move yourself towards doing. So whenever you think about your business, you should think about that as a community, that you're doing it for a bunch of people. And whenever you're trying to position your trainings, your platforms, or whatever else, you should try and remember those people and realize that what you're building is for them. If you give them enough value, they will give you enough money. And talking about value, I know Aiden's been doing an amazing job at that. So I'm going to pass it back over to him. he'll show you the system that's working for him inside of Facebook. I've done like 1/10 of it, and the results for me were really, really good. So if you are, let's say, less lazy or more active than I am, if you can do 100% or even go beyond, I'm confident that your results could be better than what Aiden's results have been. So Aiden, over to you.
Thanks very much, Neil. So I'm just going to get set up here. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure we're all looking at the same page here before I delve into the PowerPoint. Okay, so can everyone see my screen?
We can, but
Yeah.
it's just not in presentation mode.
Yeah, we'll stick that in there now. Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Sorry, I'll go back to that cover slide. So just got to get the branding in. So guys, yeah, I'm just going to spend a little bit talking about this is the bread and butter of what I do every single day. I market on Facebook every single day. I drive traffic from Facebook every day, and it is something that I've really gotten into. And if you're looking for a way to drive free traffic, building a Facebook tribe, not only is it very simple, it's actually very scalable. And the great thing about it, and Neil and Jen have touched on it there, is you're dealing with people. You will actually build connections and friendships within your Facebook profile, and it's really, really powerful. So I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to talk about some of these results. Some of these screenshots that you see here are very, very realistic as well when you start driving free traffic to your content. Okay, so I'm going to get through this slide very, very quickly because that's not why we're here. But my name is Aidan Corkery, for those of you who don't know me. Can't tell by my thick Irish accent. I am from Ireland. I live about 20 minutes outside Dublin, our capital city here in Ireland, and I am an ex-high school teacher. I am a former history and geography teacher, and I've been selling my own courses since June 2015. I put out my first content in June 2015, so I would regard myself as a relative newbie, and I'm still learning every day, like many of you guys who are watching this. So as I said, I'm still learning the ropes, but I've had a lot of success with Facebook traffic, and that's what I want to show. I want to focus on the positives and what I'm having success with and how you can replicate it as well. So that's that point here. I've sort of settled and focused and zeroed in on Facebook and affiliate marketing and content creation, creating my own content and putting it out there. So I hope that just gives you a sense of what I do. And I'm going to show you today, by the end of this presentation, you're going to have a roadmap, you're going to have a blueprint of how you can bring in people into your sites with 100% free traffic. And this isn't some fairy dust thing. This is real. This is a real system that's going to work for you. And I'm going to reveal it all to you today on this call. So I'm excited for you. And all I ask that you put this into action. When you take notes, rewatch this if you need to, put it into action. That's all you need to do. That's all I did. And the majority of the results you're going to see, I did while I was working a full-time job. So I'm actually only recently a retired teacher the last couple of months, and I'm gone full-time. So you can definitely do this, whether you're working full-time or part-time. Oh, and Neil asked me, I don't know if you can see that picture. Neil asked for a picture of me holding Guinness because that's the stereotypical Irish thing. That's the best I could do. I do drink Guinness. If you ever come to Ireland, please hit me up. We'll go out for a Guinness. I'll bring you to the Guinness factory. Guinness is a pretty good drink, but I didn't actually have any pictures of me drinking Guinness, so that's the closest I could get, so I'm sorry. Okay, I want to just talk first off about sort of mindset a little bit about the typical cycle you can sort of end up, particularly when you are a content creator and you have your own membership site, because I think a lot of people can relate to this cycle. I know I did at the beginning. When you arrive online, you're discovering all this stuff. You're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm going to make lots of money, blah, blah, blah. And you have this idea and you want to get it out there. And you're sort of on this path. You're like, okay, what do I'm really excited. I'm positive. I want to do something with this idea that I have. What ends up happening next, a lot of people get distracted. A lot of people sort of are being pulled and dragged by other people, tell them to do this, tell them to do that. And your feelings start to change. This sort of sense of excitement of your idea sort of gets muddled and you sort of get distracted a lot. And that leads to you becoming overwhelmed. Let's be confused, upset, negative. Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right track? Can I actually do this? And unfortunately, when people get to the next stage, they're like, they're out of here. I'm giving up on this idea. And it's nearly like that image of you sort of getting to the gold and it's just there and you stop and you turn back. I'm sure some people have seen that image. People are like, nope, I'm done, I'm gone. And I want to show you how to break that cycle. And I want to show you what I did to break this cycle that you can see here on the slide, because Unfortunately, it is a loop. People just keep going around in circles, and it gets very, very frustrating, and people don't make progress. So I want to show you what I did to actually get out of this and actually start concentrating on driving traffic to my content and not going around in circles, which I was doing at the beginning. Because it can get overcomplicated. Ideally, when you start off, you want to, if you look at plan A here, this is the perfect scenario where you just have a straight line, just going from A to B, and you're at the top of the mountain. In the reality for most people, this is it down here. It's like Spaghetti Junction Central. You're just going, you know where you're going, you know you're coming or going. That's that cycle. This is the cycle right here that most people find themselves in, where they're not seeing results, they're struggling. In reality, this is the plan. Well, the guys may or may not agree. This is probably the correct path, the most realistic path people will take. You're going to have ups and downs, but once you focus in, you zero in on something, and you start seeing results, you start getting confidence. You will have those little dips, but you will be able to bring yourself back up again, and you know where you're going. You have a goal. So realistically, and I would say for most people, that this may be the best plan for people. Okay, this is the most realistic one. You're going to have ups and downs, but you will get there if you have the right mindset to implement a system that's going to work for you. Okay, so I talked about that cycle, that cycle that people find themselves in. I'm going to reveal to you what I did and what you can do to start driving traffic to your membership site and get out of that cycle. And that's to focus on one thing at a time. I show you that image of someone being overwhelmed. And you can see this guy here in this little moving animation here. He's trying to do too many things at the same time. He has this great idea, but he's pulling and dragging here. He's on the phone. It's overwhelming. If you focus on one thing at a time and try to not perfect it, but develop a system that works for you, you're going to end up getting better results. And I can speak from a place where this is what I had to do. I had to focus on one thing and achieve results, and that was Facebook. I focused in on Facebook marketing. I felt, okay, I can do this. I learned more. I tried things. I tested things. I started seeing results. I got consistency, and that consistency of getting results each day led to more confidence. And when you start getting confidence, you start getting momentum, and that momentum is hugely, hugely powerful in actually seeing results. And once you develop that mindset and you focus in on something, and you get the confidence that you're getting better at it, it's amazing what's going to happen. And that's literally what happened with my Facebook marketing. I focused just on Facebook. I started trialing and testing things. I started seeing small results in the beginning. I tried to scale them up, and soon, and I'm going to show you the proof later, I started going from $0 a month driving free traffic to content to making over $5,000 a month a lot faster, just by following this, by focusing on one thing at a time. And now that I'm confident at a certain level, now I have the confidence to maybe to go on to other things. And that's what I want for you too. I want you to be focused, get consistency, get that confidence, so you can actually see these results as well.
Aiden, I'll just want to add there something, because Giselle is saying that she always follows a rule of one. She lives by the rule of one. And that's exactly what Aiden's teaching as well, is that if you do one thing consistently and you do it consistently well, you will get good results. I think it was, again, it's probably, it was Bruce Lee who said that I'm not scared of the person who has tried 10,000 kicks one time, but I'm scared of the person who's tried one kick 10,000 times. This is exactly what it's all about.
Absolutely, because we've all started off in the same place. And you may have heard all this sort of stuff before, but it's so true. It's the reality of it. We all start off at the same point, and it's about zeroing in, being that consistent, and pushing through when you're not seeing results, and just keep trialing and testing, and having that focus, and that consistency leads to confidence, which leads to bigger results. So this leads me on to the next sort of part of this presentation. And again, you need to honestly ask yourself this right now. So which one of these are you? Which category do you fall into? Because I'm hoping that most people, that they're part of the My First 1,000 group, they've produced something. You're a producer. You've created content that you want to get out there. That's why you're here. You have an idea. You have something that you want to get out there and draw people to your site. And that's a huge step, because not too many people have the ability to do that. So the fact that you've done that, you need to give yourself a pat on the back, because not too many people can actually produce stuff. And the fact that you specialize in something that you have a passion for, and you've produced it, it can help somebody. And that's what we want to show you too. You produce content, it's valuable. You just need to get in front of the right people. So if you find yourself in this category, which I did again, starting off as a newbie, I was buying, and it was hitting me in the pocket. I wasn't seeing results. And I sort of had to get coaching. Someone slapped me across the head, like, no, Aiden, what are you good at? So I started producing. And that's obviously when I started, okay, create my own membership site. Now what do I do next? Okay, I need to get people to the membership site. And that's what I focused in on. I focused in, produce content, focus on getting people to that content. So you need to, if you sort of answer, okay, actually, I have bought like 6 things online the last month, maybe that needs to change. So again, it's a little mindset thing, right? I'm going to focus on creating content and getting people to that content. Forget consuming for a while. Focus in, zero in on producing content and attracting people to that content. And what I'm going to show you next is how to get people to that content, and that's building a tribe. You created that content. That can help somebody. And that's why I want you to imagine yourself here in the middle. You are that central component here. You are the authority in whatever content that you produce. You know it, okay? You've put this together. You have a special skill and something. You have knowledge that someone else does not have. And that's valuable to people. Now, what you need to do is you need to get these people to your content. And you can do that by building a tribe. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about different ways of doing that. Jenna's going to talk about LinkedIn. I'm going to be talking about Facebook. But that's the whole point. You need to connect with these people. You need to find them. You need to go out, not physically go to their house and knock on their door and see how you're getting on. My name is Aiden. But there are ethical ways of doing this where you can find these people. They are out there. Trust me. You can find them. You can add them. You can get them onto your Snapchat. You can get them onto your Facebook. You can get them on your Instagram. You get them onto your WhatsApp, onto your YouTube, and you're there. Not as a stalker in a creepy way, but you're there, and you're there in a nice way. You're there as a friend, as a human being. You're going to get a human connection. It's all about the connection, and Jenna and Neil have talked about that. Human connection, guys. That's why these social media platforms have been created. It's to have a connection with somebody. Do I have a connection with my 5,000 friends on Facebook? Absolutely not. But I have a tribe. And Neil and Jenna have talked about it as well. I have people who have my back. I have people who regularly trust me. They respond to my messages. They like my photos. And it's a community. It's a community of people that they see me as a human being and I see them as a human being back. But they buy from me. They buy my content because they know, like, and trust me. And that's the key to it. But I've had to physically go and find these people and connect with them and get them on my different social media tribes. So you can have a tribe on all of these things. Now, obviously, I'm not going to spend the next 4. I could. Maybe Neil can bring me back another time. I can talk about some of the other platforms that I built a tribe. But I'm going to focus in on Facebook because that's where I've had the most success. And that's why I'm excited to show this to you today, particularly if you're, again, newish or you've been struggling to drive traffic to your content, to your membership site. How to leverage the power of Facebook, because it is hugely powerful, and it's going to be around. I know Facebook has had its ups and downs this year and other stuff, but it's going to be around. It's going to survive. It's going to evolve, and people are going to still be on it. So it's hugely powerful going into the future, and as a marketing tool for you for driving traffic. So I'm going to focus in on this case study. I'm going to talk about what I actually did to build a tribe. Now, you can sort of see a screenshot here. Can everybody see that okay? I'm just going to show the figure here. This actually, put this PowerPoint together the other day, and this is where actually my current friend list was at. So you can sort of see there, there's 4,959 targeted friends. Now, there's a few ex-girlfriends, my uncles and aunties thrown in there as well. So I want to talk about that because you can leverage your own Facebook profile. It's hugely powerful. But what turns a lot of people off is, oh my God, I don't want this person to see it. I don't want that to see it. There are ways around that. I want to just give people that confidence, because again, people just think I have to have a totally different alias online where you have this different personality, like a catfish account. No. And you can leverage your own Facebook profile. And that's all I did. I leveraged my own Facebook profile. And what I began to do in my niche, which is again around e-learning, I began to add targeted friends every single day to this Facebook profile, to my current Facebook profile. And I began to build that up slowly. Once they got onto my profile, you can see here, I also then began to reach out to them. Once again, I would begin liking their photos. I'd begin doing some Facebook Lives so they get to know me. I begin to upload photos, and eventually I would send them out a link to join my Facebook group. So I was doing two things here on Facebook. I was leveraging my Facebook profile, but then I was also leveraging a secret Facebook group that I would send them a link to join, where I had some content. So that's all I was doing. I was building a relationship with them initially on my Facebook profile. I added them. They came to my profile. I sent them a welcome message. I said, hey, listen, I have a group where I have some cool content. Would you like to join? Yes or no. If they didn't get back to me, I never sent them the link. But people are naturally curious. I sent them the link, they joined my group, and you can see there that the current size of it is 2,210 people of targeted friends in the e-learning niche. And again, to go back to this profile of this 4,959 friends, I still have some good friends. I still have personal friends, but they're segmented, they're separated. And you can actually do that within Facebook. You can actually choose, if I'm making a marketing post, I can make a post that only my targeted friends are going to see, and that my family and friends will not see. Now, a personal decision, and this is something that you'll have to obviously take account of. You can see here I have my branding, I have my banner here. My family and friends know I do internet marketing, so I've gotten over that hurdle. And this isn't essential, but you can have your normal profile picture. I nearly actually encourage that you have your normal picture and your normal banner and you have your photos there, because when your targeted friends accept your friend request, they want to see, okay, they're going to look at your photos. They're going to look at, okay, who is this person that's just added me? And they'll look, if they know you have some photos, you have some content there, and they can, okay, this is a legit person. This is a real human being. Okay, I'm interested. All right. So that's what you have to do. And you separate them, you keep them separate. And then you also, so once you start leveraging the power of your profile, as I mentioned to you here, you can also start creating a Facebook group and getting them from Facebook onto your Facebook profile, so you can follow up with them in two different ways. But this part is hugely essential. And this is something that I had to do before I started driving traffic to my membership site and to my offers. And that was to build a relationship with these people. And we're talking about building a tribe. And this is, I would say, the foundational block. This is the glue that's going to hold it together for you. And that is building a relationship with these new targeted friends that you're adding. So what I did in the beginning, as I said to you, once a friend, I sent out a friend request. Once they accepted it, I sent them, I tagged them. I said, thanks very much for the connection. I began liking their photos, if they did Facebook Lives, if they made any posts, or I'd say happy birthday to them. Really small, simple things, but you got to remember in here, the consistency of engaging with these people, the more that you do it, they sort of realize who you are. They get to know you. They get to see that profile picture. They get to see that name. That repetition of doing that, it's sort of get, oh, I know that guy. Okay, that's Aiden. He wished me a happy birthday. He's okay. It just slowly builds trust. It's just little micro sort of hi, just I'm here. I'm a person. I'm a real person. Just wishing you a happy birthday. I'm not looking for anything, because you have to show that you're a human being first. You have to engage with your audience first. And once you transition for that, once they start getting to know you, you can then start leveraging, because you have content and you've added them for the reason that, say, for example, I'm just going to put something out there that you're into basketball. Okay, you really like basketball, and you've added lots of targeted friends who are just interested in basketball, and you have content based on, I don't know, how to do slam dunks or something crazy like that, and you want to create that. You've created that content. Well, you know that everyone on your friends list is interested in basketball, but you can't just start sending them videos, here, buy my basketball course. You have to spend that just initial phase of just liking, happy birthday, getting that human connection first, and then you're ready to start rolling out your content and actually getting your friends to your content. And that's what I did. So this is literally I'm giving you the blueprint of the steps, the building blocks of what actually I did to achieve the results you're going to see in a minute. So once I built that initial relationship with my growing friends list on my Facebook profile and my Facebook group, I began using different techniques to grab their attention. So that would be posting memes, posting GIFs, doing Facebook Lives, putting these looping funny videos that just went on autopilot, just to grab their attention. And once I grabbed their attention, I guided them to my post, and I gave them instructions to make a comment on my post. And once they commented, I would send them a link to where I wanted them to go. So that was to my membership site, that was to my YouTube channel, wherever. I was in control of where I wanted to bring that traffic. And the more friends, the more targeted friends, as it got bigger, 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 and bigger, and I was just repeating this process over and over again, sending every friend request, a quick welcome, hi, nice to connect, my name's Aiden, hopefully speak to you soon, blah, blah, blah. The more I did that, the more consistency, as more my list began to grow, grow, and grow. You can see here now it's 5,000, close to the maxing out. I was soon able to drive, I would say, that figure is even wrong, I would say 100 plus free targeted clicks a day. Just by following the steps, and that's where I've gotten to with these figures here. I can easily make a post, get close to 100 comments, and send 100 free clicks wherever I want it to go, and that's usually to my content that I've created.
I have a question for you.
Yes, of course.
Far away. So Tina said, Aiden, great stuff. Question for later. Have you set up your private profile to allow followers, or are you focused on the targeted friends only?
I am totally focused on targeted friends, because you want, the more targeted, the better. Because obviously you want to zero in on people who, for example, have an interest. I'm just on specifically my niche is the make money online niche, product creation niche. So I know they are interested in that. I found groups, I found places where they are, and I've sent those friend requests to them. And I know that I've segmented them so much that they're super, super targeted. So when I make a post, I know it's going to be seen by people who have the same interest as me. So you don't want to have them all muddled. You need to have it really segmented and separated, but I only focus on finding those friends. It's not about getting to a fan page. It's about getting them onto a profile, because when you make posts from your profile, it's seen a lot more. I make more posts for my profile than I do for my Facebook group, for my fan page, because you get more traction. You get more, Facebook just bumps it up more. You get more eyeballs to your content and to your posts, and it's far easier to drive traffic from my profile than it is from my group.
All right, and we have a second question. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to put things into perspective here for a second. So when Aiden talks about 100 clicks a day, if you go out to Facebook, if you look for the highly targeted traffic and you try and pay for that, and I'm talking really about highly targeted traffic, you could easily pay $2 per click, easily. And minimum. So what, sorry?
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum, exactly. And, you know, Aiden's extracting every day from Mark Zuckerberg's pocket $200 a month, $200 a day. I mean, that's, you know, $6,000 a month. I think it's quite impressive. Maybe that's why the Facebook stocks are going down, but the system does work. And I think we had a question as well, Jenna, you were going to it.
Yeah, so I've got three. One, do posts with links reduce reach? Yes, Saul, I can answer that one quickly. Mitch wanted to know, how do you do that segmenting? And Saul wanted to know, do you include lifestyle pics?
Okay, so with the segment, I'll answer that one first. For segmenting, you can literally go onto YouTube right now, type into the search bar, how to segment my Facebook friends. And you're going to get, I think there's a guy called Cam Fats. That's the video I watched on how to do it. And it's about 4 minutes long and it explains everything. So you can do that straight away. The information is free out there to learn how to do that.
Now say that one again so I can like maybe get it down for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just how to segment your friends on Facebook. That's all you type into YouTube, and you're gonna, I think there's one of the top videos is from a guy called Cam Fats. He's an affiliate marketer, I actually know that guy, and he just does a very detailed run through of what you actually need to do to segment your list. And he shows you when you add somebody to actually send them straight to that list. So when they accept your request, they go straight into that list. You don't have to worry about it. So it's very, very detailed, very, very simple to do. And yeah, that's a good video to start. So the next question was on lifestyle pics. So what I would encourage people to do.
You got your Lamborghini right in every image.
No, you know, you can't spoof people. At the end, like you can trick people to a point, but I can never pronounce this word. Someone say it for me. Authenticity. Something like that. That's the one. See, I'm trying to be it now. Like I can't say that word. So you just be honest with people. Just be upfront. Just this is who I am. I don't want everyone to be my friend. Not everyone. Realistically, some people he'll hate me that I'm Irish. They hate my accent. Think I eat potatoes all day. That's whatever. That's fine. That might be a little bit true. We do like our potatoes here, but like I'm not gonna make everyone happy. If you don't like me, fine. I don't want to connect with you. But if we have a connection, okay, I like that guy. That's fine. I may like you too. We may not get on. That's fine. We can part ways. We're not going to offend each other. So I would just be as real as possible. I see people with they're on the beach and have their glasses, giving the tongue. I've had the most amazing day ever. I know by looking at that nah, man, I don't think so. So you just got to be
Do you
yourself.
find people are faking these images? Like, are we talking green screen?
I don't know if people actually probably do go to that extent. I know there's markets out there who rent Lamborghinis and drive around and stuff like that. Like,
I was gonna say that.
okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that works for you. But at the end of the day, you're not. They've just literally brainwashed themselves. Fake it till you make it, and that works. But is it who you really are at the end of the day? You can lie to others, you can't lie to yourself. You know what you're like. When you sit and you're alone, sitting with your thoughts, you know who you are. So I would not do that. I wouldn't go out and rent a Lamborghini. I would just go to my, I don't know, like I'm in my shitty little room here in Ireland. I'm not gonna go out in the open and like rent an office to make a video. Like, it's okay. Listen, if you don't like my office, that's fine. That's okay. We're not connecting. That's fine. And you don't want those people. You want people who have a connection with you, have a connection with them, and they're going to buy from you again. And that's the key. So you want to get like-minded people with you on this journey. And you're going to lose some on the way. That's it. I've had people block me. I've had to block people. And it's just the way it is. So with your lifestyle pics, just be you. As corny as that sounds, be yourself. Well, that's all you have to do. If you wake up with your hair all over and you're doing a Facebook Live, that's you. That's you being you. So I encourage people to do that. It's more authentic and natural. People are just naturally, they're drawn to. So I hope that answers that question.
I think that, yeah. So I guess keep on going and I'll.
Okay, we're nearly there. I'll get through this now. Okay, so I want to show you some results. Okay, so this is the potential that once you get to this level and what I've taught you so far, and again, you may have to go back and just go over this and read over your notes, but I want to show you, this is very, very recent results. This is from June. This is from June 2018. And this is an example of how much traffic I've actually driven to my membership site, to my content. Now, I hope people can see this okay. This is one particular post that I made to my targeted friends on Facebook. Now, this is 355 people. Now, this wasn't me replying back to people. This is 355 people commented on this post. I did not pay for this. I didn't run it on a fan page. I didn't put it in my group. I put it on my Facebook profile. And this one post generated me, I can't say 355 comments in one post. That was...
I have a question on that because we usually, we run a lot of social media for people, obviously on businesses, not personal pages, but we really don't count likes and comments. Do you have numbers for are you able to track with like UTM codes or anything like that to see how individual posts are performing?
I actually haven't. I'll be brutally honest. I didn't even know you could do that. I just know that when I'm going to show you the stats in a second, actually. From these 355 people, how many people bought my content? Because this was a piece of content that I wanted to get out there, that I told people about in this post. 355 people were interested in it, and I individually messaged them a link to my website and to my site where the content was. I did another Facebook Live here. It got 692 free views, got another 52 comments. I got a lot of engagement here, a lot of likes, a lot of hearts. This one got 103 likes, a mixture of likes and hearts as well. And a combination of all these people and me, I physically went out and sent these people these links. I'm going to show you the results that I've had just from June 2018, just from my Facebook profile. This wasn't emailing my list. This was just from free Facebook traffic. The next slide that you're going to see, this is 100% the real results that I've gotten. Now, is our screen blocking the right-hand side? Do I need to move?
No, I think it should be okay. You can move it up a little.
On your screen.
Oh, is that just on my screen? Can everyone see the total figure there?
Yes.
So
yeah,
from June 18, this is all 100% free Facebook traffic. I didn't have people mailing for me. I didn't have affiliates promoting this piece of content for me. I made $5,855.32. You can see here, the 1st of the 7th, 2018 to the 31st of the 07, 2018. And I sent them through a funnel, and you can see the instant buyer traffic content, this product that I created here. Out of all those comments, you can see here 1,675 visitors, They were all from posts that I made on my Facebook. Those 2 posts that I showed you in the last shot, I'll just show them to you quickly, from these 2. And I had another one then from my Facebook group as well that went quite viral as well. So I sent 675 visitors to that piece of content. I made 162 sales. So that piece of content last month generated $2,274. And then other people who bought the main product ended up buying some upsells as well.
So what was the price of that product? $14.04 or?
It was $12.95. $12.95. This one here was priced, the case studies, the done for you pack was priced at $37. This was priced at $27, the case studies, and then the reseller license was priced at $67. You can see all the figures here, but they all added up to $5,855. And that was all free traffic. And that was with nobody, without emailing my list, without getting affiliates to help me out. It was all done solo. I actually told Neil about this, and I told him about the post that I was making and the success that I was having, and that's why he wanted me on here today. But I just want to show you that this is it. This is what I've been doing, and this is the success that I've been having. And it is very, very possible if you just stick to what I've shown you so far in the presentation, that this is achievable for anybody. Does it happen overnight? No, I'll be honest straight up with people. It doesn't happen overnight. This is consistent. It's about that consistency. It's being focused, being consistent, once you get the momentum, because I began getting more comments, I began sending more traffic, I got more excited, I got more confident, and I knew it worked. So I wanted to scale. I was so driven. Like this is it. This was my baby. Like this was like, I want this to succeed so bad. And the hard work paid off literally last month. And I had the best month ever I've had online with free traffic, not relying on anybody. I put in this work, and it just shows that free traffic, once it's done the right way, it can convert and you can earn this money and you don't have to pay for anything, particularly if you're on a tight budget and you're trying to set up your membership site. So that's that. Sorry, Neil.
Aidan, no, I just want to kind of come in here and point out that this is for the long haul. Like I told you this before, what Aidan's doing is something that can continue to give you a pipeline of new leads every month, and those leads will continue to buy. Like there's nothing stopping him from putting the people that are buying into a separate group. So now he only has a buyer specific group where he knows everyone has paid him money, and he already has a free group where he shares more value with the people who want to work with him. So regardless of what market you're in, I mean, Aidan talked about basketball fans. So if you have a course on how to play basketball better, how to jump higher, how to, I don't know what it's called when you know how to do the dunks, right? So you can teach that to people who are enthusiastic about basketball. So all it is about is hanging out in various groups and places where people are discussing basketball. Don't be a creep, but you can get to know them better. You can spend some time with them, and you can just like their post, like Aidan talked about, build a trust with them. And when you do that, when they see you posting, let's say, you know, cool images about basketball, this and that, about how to do this and how to do that, they'd be more than happy to follow you, to learn from you as well. And that's where you sell them something. So this is something that you will take you time to build. It's not going to happen overnight, like Aidan said. But if you are interested in building an asset for yourself that continues to build traffic, this is it.
Absolutely.
I have one question,
yep.
Aidan, on scale. So at this point, as you pointed out, you're about to the 5,000 member limit. How do you scale what you're doing up now that you're at that limit? So I can see how, you know, you've moved some people over to your group. And as Neil said, and I would always recommend having a paid group for only people who have purchased. But how do you move people into the front end of that customer value journey now that you're at a max friend capacity?
So there's actually a little plugin that you can download from Google Chrome. And I do this regularly to clean my friends list because I only want people that are engaged in with me, who wants to reach out to me, who want to engage in my content. So what I'll do at the end of each month, no, actually I don't have this in the presentation, but I'll find the link to it.
I'll look it up if you'll tell me.
Yeah, it's you'll just type into Google Facebook friends cleaner or something. It's a plugin you can add into Chrome. Sorry, at the top of my head, I actually can't remember the name of it. It's Facebook friend
remover.
Yes, that's the one. You can add that as an extension onto Google Chrome, and it'll actually show you who's actually engaging with you, who's actually commenting, who's liking your profile and commenting on your stuff. And it's the ones at the very, very bottom that will show you that haven't engaged with you. So what I do is I just regularly clean that out. So I'll delete them, I'll remove them from my account, I add more friends, and then the ones that engage with me, I keep them. The ones that don't, so long. It's been emotional, but you just remove them. And that's what you do. So, and again, once you reach, say you do eventually reach that 5,000 max of literally people that comment on everything, that's the dream. I don't want to get too greedy. Like that realistically probably won't, I don't know, will it happen? I have to work towards that. But that's what I do just to keep it ticking over nice. I'm getting fresh leads in. Some will connect with me, some will part ways, and you're just constantly. So you will go down, go up, go down a little bit. But again, the more you do it, the more consistent, the more targeted that you're actually making your closer knit group that are physically engaging with your posts. And remember, once you get to know these people, it's okay to message and go, here, I have this piece of content. Do you mind if I send you the link? That's what I did as well. Like I don't even have to go and post them. I go, because they know who I am. So I can send them like a message, like a friend, hey, how's it going? I haven't talked to you so long. Like there's a guy, he actually had his first grandchild the other day. I was like, oh, congratulations, blah, blah. And then a couple of days later, I just sent him, oh, would you mind if I sent you the link? He said, of course, man, absolutely. And thanks so much for thanking, or like, he remembered me commenting on his photo. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So you can approach people and just go, listen, I have content that I know you're interested in. You know who I am. We have some type of connection. Is it okay to send the link? If they say no, be respectful. Don't send them the link. But you can then get to that level where you can actually physically just message someone, go, here, I want to sell this. Are you interested? And they have that much of emotional investment built up with you that they'll, of course, drop the link. You don't even have to ask. I've actually had people say that to me. Aidan, you don't have to ask. Just send it to me. I know you. That's the level that you want to get to. And that is possible.
Now, are there any rules you have for these target, like these are people you're going to find? What about for the flood of friend requests? This is almost personal. When we did our first videos, I had about a 200 friend requests in the first 2 days. And a large chunk were from here, but about 3/4 of them were not.
Yeah. I never accept friend requests. This is rule number one with this method. I only send friend requests. I don't accept them. So anyone who sent me a friend request, I decline because I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't know who they are. I know when people are accepting my request that I physically saw them in a basketball group. I know they like basketball, and now I'm friends with them. So I know all my list is targeted. So when people are applying this, do not accept friend requests. You're in control. You send the request. Some people will not accept it. You'll have to go back and track. I could talk about this all day, but you could go back and you have to track which groups you're trying to add friends from. Some people, Facebook will allow you to send out 1,000 friend requests at one time. So you will have to go back and cancel the requests. Actually, someone in my paid group showed me a way, and I can find a video for you. There's actually a way of going, like just automatically Facebook will show you who you friend requested, and it'll say 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and you can just cancel the request if they haven't gotten back to you and made a decision in a week, because you need to free up space so you can add more people. So that option is there on Facebook as well. I actually didn't know about it. One of my subscribers actually told me within my group, so that was pretty cool. I actually learned from them. So that option is there too. So yeah.
That is really awesome, I have to say, because you don't have to get bogged down by limits. I mean, if you see you requested someone to be friends a week ago and they haven't accepted, just move forward. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, as they say. But Aidan, let me ask you this, and knowing that you were doing all of this part-time, you were doing all of this yourself, when did you have the big revelation that you had to build a big friend list? And when you did, how long did it take you to get there? How long will it take for someone to get there if they start now with, say, 1,000 friends?
Okay, so what I do, and I do this with my coaching students who I teach this method to, I always tell them to start small. You need to have, it's like steps, okay, little realistic steps. So like 5,000 is a big number, and it's, if you put that in your head, it's like, okay, I have to get to 5,000. It's going to be like snail pace for you, okay?
Well, Facebook will smack your hand too.
Exactly. Now, I this is something you have to be careful with, okay? So what I would do, was my system. I'd get up before I got to work. I'd add 50 people. I'd be focusing on one particular group. I just add 50 people. Lunch break, go back, add 50 people. Come home in the evening, add 50 people. So that is what I did. I broke it down into little components, and it's like brushing your teeth. I just got into a habit of doing it every single day. But it's slow at the start, but then you start seeing you get momentum. It's about that momentum, so again confident, and then you start rocking it. And then what the beauty of this method is because you're adding people from the same groups, they may have added each other as well. So you start seeing, okay, I have a mutual friend, and they just start accepting requests quicker. That's why I can do this. I can send a friend because the niche I'm in is I would say quite small. We all have a lot of the mutual friends. So if they say, okay, we have 60 mutual friends, accept. I do that too. 125 mutual friends, okay, accept. So the psychology changes a little bit as you get more friends. So it is that initial stage. It is a bit, you have to push through, and you have to just trust in the method that you will get there. But as I said to you, you have to be careful. You have to do a bite size at the beginning, and then I said it begins adding up, becomes a lot easier. People start accepting your friend requests a lot quicker. You can send out more friend requests, and it gets quicker and quicker. But there is that initial phase, and that's what I tell my students. We call it an accountability group. We drive each other on. It's like, oh, I only got 10 friends today, but that was 10 more you didn't have yesterday. You have 10 more today. That's good. And so like them, reach out to them. They're your initial friends. They're the ones that get in there. It's just, okay, use that time and then add another 50 in, but just stick to the process. Just trust in the process that you will get there. And that's all I can say. Like that, the results are in front of you. And Neil knows it. Like I've shown him this. This is real. This isn't BS. This is all free traffic from Facebook, from my targeted Facebook friends. And that's the stage that I've got to. And you can follow that. You can follow this system. You can use the system as an asset. And I have other plans because I want to move now. And if it's okay with Neil, I want to share some ninja advanced Facebook strategy.
I think very quickly, Jenna was saying something. So
Yeah.
Jenna, I don't know if you want to circle back.
I was going to say, we've seen the same thing with this DM Lab. It's very common if people continue to talk to one another, we'll start connecting. And once you see, like once you've connected to Ryan and Marcus and Russ and Kathy Hadley, who talks to everyone, and Brian Plum, where actual real community is built. I want to wrap it all back to that because it is a community that's being built, like a subset there. When somebody friend requests you and you see like, oh, we have 18 mutual friends, and you're like, oh, it's my DM group. You look less, right? When I started noticing all the people at the beginning of the week, I didn't even think twice about the first few because I was like, oh, they know Neil, they know Steven, they're connected to Aiden. I was like, okay, all the same people. Until all of a sudden I started seeing like a whole bunch that had 0 connections. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. So yeah, the psychology completely flips upside down. I will say like girls tend to be a little bit more wary about this. So I've had several business owners who have recommended the exact same strategy you are using. And, we've used it, but we have to tiptoe into it. And I can see if I ever say it to another female business owner, every female stops in her tracks. She's like, ugh, yeah. And the only thing I would say about that is you have to be considerate about what you post on Facebook. Your mentality towards your Facebook page has to do a 150. If you, not even what you post on your Facebook page, but what you comment on news articles, on a friend's post, if you comment something political, drug-related, sexual in nature, offensive, anything of that nature, I've seen this completely blow back on people. So as a business owner, you have to accept now that this means of traffic, if this is a method you use, that is a business asset, even though it's your personal page.
Absolutely. Yeah, so there is that fear, and there'll always be that. I would, again, when the posts that I make, I keep it very PG. You again, and what Jenna made a very good point there. You have to be yourself, but I would not make those posts. I would just keep to showing people your interests, your passions, positive stuff. If you have stuff that's you want, keep it to yourself. You want to use this, you want to leverage this. You don't want to pull the rug from underneath your feet, as Jenna said there, and shoot yourself in the foot. If you're trigger happy and you're being a keyboard warrior, like get out in the real world, have a discussion with someone face to face. If you have a certain viewpoint, don't hide behind a keyboard and type it on your Facebook profile, because you're just, as Jenna said, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and that's not what your profile should be. Do positive things. If you believe in karma and all that sort of stuff, it'll come back. Okay, so just be careful with that. So that was a very good point, and something that I actually need to start saying more to my students as well, because I have seen certain comments, throwaway comments. I'm like, oh, do I need to actually delete this person even though they bought from me? It's still, yeah. So it's all who you're connected with too. It's all who you associate with, who you connect with. That does funnel into you as well. So you just want to be a little bit careful with that. So, okay. So Neil did convince me to share this tonight. This is something that I've been working on. This is like, so I said, I focused in on one thing. Now I'm focusing on another thing. So I'm building on the success that I've already had, as you've seen. And this is a more advanced free Facebook strategy that I'm using. I want to show you an example of a post that I did to an affiliate offer recently on that I was promoting as an affiliate. And again, you can sort of see the engagement. This is all targeted friends who commented on my post. So this particular post got about 90 comments. And this was like a little looping animated video that got 1,000 views. And it got me close to 49 comments there as well. So 49 people commented here, 90 people commented here. So what I actually did this time, I didn't redirect them to a content site. I actually sent them to this thing called a landing page. So I sent every person who commented. So for example, 90 people who commented here, I went out to them individually and I sent them a link to a landing page. And I actually got them to sign up to a chatbot. Okay, so this is where this method gets, you can scale it even more and make it even more, I would say more segmented for yourself. And so these people were sent to a link to a landing page. No, sorry, I actually totally forgot to put this into PowerPoint. I'm annoyed at myself now, but when I get out of this PowerPoint, I'll actually show you an example in a second, so it makes sense. But I sent these people to a Facebook bot. They were added to a list, a segmented list within that bot. And what I used to have to do is physically, every person that commented, for example, on this post, I'd have to go to those 90 people on my phone, usually copy and paste the link and send it to them over maybe the course of an hour. So it was time consuming, but I knew I was going to get paid. So that's what I had been doing. But what this bot allowed me to do was get these people onto this segmented list and send one message to all of them at the one time. And the results I had, I'm going to show you in the next slide, have been absolutely insane. I was showing Neil during the week. It's blown my mind, just the power of this. So from those two posts that you've seen, I was able to send, so I got about, I would say, 100 odd people to get onto that Facebook bot. I was able to drive, you can see here, I actually tracked it here. I was able to get 68 people from those posts and from that bot to go out to the sales page. I made 27 sales and I made $378 with 100% free traffic from that bot. And I want to show you this one down here. This was from my email list I have a list of about 3,500 people. I was able to send 29 hops, 14 sales. And this was just fast. I literally got all these 27 sales came in the one day. These email sales trickled in as the days went by. This was just boom. It was fast. The open rates were insane. The click-through rates were insane. I'm going to just show you, because I meant to include this in the presentation, but I'm just going to come out of this presentation, just actually show you what I'm talking about here.
Question, Aiden, is a
yes.
unique hop, is that like a page view?
Yes, so that's someone who actually landed on the sales page.
Okay.
You can sort of see that there. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
So yeah. 68 people from all those 90 people that commented from these two posts, 90 here, 49 here, 68 of them eventually landed on the sales page, and 27 people bought. Okay, or
and that's a really good conversion rate as well, because the channel is so personal, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. So can you see my Facebook profile? Can you still see my screen? Or do I need to?
No, I think you have it only, at least I only see the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you have to stop sharing the PowerPoint and start sharing Safari or whatever.
Like the whole disk.
Gotcha. I think I'm getting the hang of Zoom. Okay, so you should be able to see my Facebook profile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, there's a message came up there. So I'm just showing you, this is actually just more proof that this worked. This is a recent post I did yesterday for a free piece of content that again, this is the method that I'm working on now, is getting people who comment onto this bot. So you can see 133 people have commented on this post, and it was only made yesterday. And I'm adding these people onto my bot at the moment. So these are targeted friends who are interested in buying, and I'm getting them onto this bot and I'm keeping them there. So I just want to show you here, there's the looping animated video. So this is grabbing your friend's attention. You can see there's the views. So I wasn't making these stats up. You see the 51 comments there. And let's go down here. You'll see the other post. Okay, you see there, it's up to 94 comments now. So every person that commented, you can see here that there's a little buzzword that they commented. I individually messaged these people to my Facebook bot. I sent them a link to my page, and they ended up, I'm just going to show you the example here, to this Facebook automated bot called ManyChat. And I'm just going to show you the audience size that I'm actually growing at the moment. So you can see out of those 5,000 targeted friends that I have, 436 of them have been added to my automated Facebook Messenger bot that I can reach out to on a daily basis. Now for that emoji product where you saw those two posts that I made, I just want to show you the proof here. If I can, where are we here? Emoji traffic live. Okay, I'm just going to move, sorry, because I can't see it myself here. So I sent that to all of my subscribers who I've added from those comments and other comments now. So I've had more people added at the moment, but you can see here, it delivered to 342 people. Look at the open rate here. This is where, for me, it just blows my mind. This is free subscribers I added to this bot. It delivered to 342. It had a 92% open rate. Okay. So this is the message that they got. Okay, so people who were interested in the offer, I added them to the bot, and I said I'd be sending them a message, an automated message during the week. So this was the message, and you can see here, it says show me, or it says no thanks. So 142 people ended up clicking one of these buttons. 38% of them wanted to go on to the offer, and that's where you get those stats that you see here. And that was all free. That bot did that for me. It messages those, that one message went out to everybody at the same time. I didn't have to physically copy and paste this message with the link to to the sales page, to the content. It was all done, boom, automatically. I just sat back and the sales came in so quick, those 27 sales that you saw. So this is what I'm working on now, is scaling this up, getting more targeted friends onto this automated bot. I'm still going to be making posts and comments, but again, there's less pressure on me to make those posts now because I'm building up this list and I know I can send out one message, it goes out to everybody and they're engaged. It's nearly like, I can imagine it for people. You're on an email, you're getting emails every day, whatever. On Facebook, it's fun. You're there, you're looking at content, but boom, you get that little red flash, you get that message, you want to look at it. It's nearly like, oh, okay, I need to see what it is, because we're nearly programmed that flash that we want to check it. So that's why the open rates are so good, and they're there in that moment. They're engaged. They see, they read your content. They get down. There's these cool little buttons here. That's just curiosity as well. And they're clicking. Just look at the stats. 142 click, 41% click-through rate. I don't get that on emails. Like it's insane. It's insane. And if you can imagine, you get all your 5,000 targeted friends onto this bot, and you send them a message, and you get like 1,000 clicks. Like you're gonna have a good month. So that's where I envision this. This is where I see this going, is scaling this up. And this is my new focus. This is my new, I want to scale this part of my business up and automate it as much as possible and show people how to do the same. So, so that is my advanced Facebook strategy that I'm moving towards now. And I think a lot of people should be moving towards, is leveraging the power of these automated bots, but doing it in an ethical way. This is going to be abused as well. I can definitely see this method being abused, but if you do it in the right way, this again can just skyrocket your income. And again, you're doing it in an ethical way and you're scaling it up, and it's faster, it's quicker. I'm not going to say push button or any of that crap, but it does, you push a button and things automate a lot quicker, and you see a bigger return. You see bigger profits. That's what I've experienced so far. But it's still free traffic. I didn't pay for these subscribers. I didn't pay for these 370 people. These were targeted friends. I made a post on my profile. I got them onto this bot. I said, is it okay if I send you this message during the week? They said yes. Okay, no problem. The ones that said no didn't get the message. I'm not going to spam people. If you spam people, they say goodbye to you. Build trust in people. They'll want to hear from you. So it's long term. So that's pretty much that's what I've had. That's what I'm doing. And if there's any other questions there that people, I'd like to thank people for listening to me. I hope I didn't go too fast. I know I talk very fast for an Irish person. You should see when there's more Irish people together, it's worse. So I hope I didn't speak too fast and everyone got the gist of it.
No, I think this has been really good, Aidan. And I just want to do a quick roll call with everyone. So if you've been listening all this time about Aidan describing his process, do you feel excited about putting this into action? Give me a quick yes if you do. If no, you'll never have to see Aidan again.
I won't have to see you again either.
That's true. But if you think what he has shown you is something you can replicate in your business, you can build up a following of people, get them into a group, or even better, like Aidan's doing, get them onto a bot, a messenger bot. If it is something you can do to grow your membership site business, just give me a quick, very, very loud yes, just so again, Aidan feels that he's added some value today. And if he has, like I said, I can ask him to come back and do more of these in future once in a while, so that he can show you what he's working on at any given time. So just give me a quick yes. And again, a quick reminder as well, yesterday we opened up seats into Membership Growth Institute. It does close on Monday, but that's close on Monday before Jenna does her kickoff call. So make sure you get access to it. You got two options still. You can go for the full pay plan, or you can go for the 6 pay plan, where you have to pay 6 payments of $397 each. And trust me, with the, Aidan talked about coaching. So with the mentoring, with the coaching that I feel I can provide to you, and with a 30-day sequence that Jenna has created for you, with a kickoff call, all the templates, the funnel templates, the checklists, and the swipes and everything else you're getting, I feel that you will have a wholesome business that you need. Plus, add Kyvio to it, you'll have a place to run that wholesome business. So make sure that if you feel what we've shown so far is good, and what we can show you later on is even better, then go ahead and get access to Membership Growth Institute. The link is myfirst1000.com/MGI. So Aidan, if you can actually, because you have your browser open up, if you can just jump onto, or not anymore, but if you can jump onto myfirst1000.com/MGI,
Okay.
you can check it out there, and you can go ahead and get access to it before we close it down on Monday. So just so you know, this is one of those things that we're going to open up every 3 to 6 months, and every time we do, the price is going to be higher. Why? Because number one, we're going to have case studies and results from other students. Number two, it's not something we can keep open forever, because I have to personally work one-on-one with people. So I want to make sure we don't let too many people in. So while you have the chance, and again, if you feel that we can make an impact in your business, go ahead and get access to Membership Growth Institute. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it over to Jenna, who's got some amazing LinkedIn strategies to share with you today for tribe building. And one thing that I've been working with Jenna as well is to try and get people from LinkedIn into a Facebook group. So I hope that's something she can talk about today as well.
Sure. Let me, so I don't have a pretty presentation, but LinkedIn was something we didn't really think about doing much until a particular AppSumo deal came up, and with us reviewing several of them, see, go to Safari here, you get to see yourself seeing yourself. Super fun there. But it wasn't something we really considered, but I wanted to test it for my audience. And then with us being in the B2B space, especially LinkedIn, obviously that's where people hang out for business. So a lot of things have happened, like just in the last couple months with us learning LinkedIn. I wish I had better, now you get my, hopefully you don't get my messages here too. So you can see right here, you can see who's viewed your profile, views of your posts. So posts have not been a big aspect of what we're doing, especially looking at what Aidan's done. That'll be something we apply to LinkedIn. So the nice thing about LinkedIn versus Facebook is Facebook has kind of grown up They're the big gorilla on the block, and they've been locking things down. So especially with Cambridge, Atlantica, man, so much has changed. You can no longer schedule any post to your personal page as of the last couple of days. Scheduling to groups has significantly changed. You can still schedule the pages, but your ability to mass spam Facebook in a lot of different ways is, nixed. You can't have any secondary Facebook profiles. You can't have business profiles that are actually personal profiles. So a lot of the tricks that people have used over the years just doesn't work. Who's the person who speaks at Traffic and Conversion? Not Kim Garst, although Kim Garst is the same way. They will sit there and tell you can build like these Facebook communities up by just, posting those memes of like, hey, do you like coffee? And the answer is no. So a lot of Aiden's, his methods are working at the moment. And I foresee a lot of those still being able to work as Facebook moves into groups. They've already acknowledged that's what where the heart and soul of Facebook is going to be. Whereas LinkedIn they haven't grown up yet. So they've been the platform for a very long time. Unfortunately, they never grew in the same way with them being just a business. The ability though for LinkedIn, and let me show you a tip. So at the very beginning, we talked about niching. And one of the reasons that is so important is, Aiden talked about, building a targeted friend list, and that can even be used from here if you can carry over the people over to Facebook and find them. But you can look very easily for who you're looking for. So if your niche, if I wanted to do, let's see what I use for Kyvio. So we will do, I'm going to use quotes because I want something very specific, life coach. So these are types of people who can build, they're doing at least one-to-one. They may or may not have a membership site already. But right here, I can show you that there's almost 70,000 life coaches across the globe. And the ability, like you can start to say, like, that is your niche. That's how many people. Now, of course, you would like to, in theory, narrow that down because that's significant. I may only want to work with people who are local, at least start at the local level. So I can apply a filter to say only people in the Dallas area. That's 909 people. So if I were applying, let's say, Aiden's method, this is one aspect and way to do it where you can find, because people are putting their real name, real information on LinkedIn. And you can go find them on Facebook. You can start to connect with them right here. I can narrow it down to first. So the interesting thing about first results is I can instantly message them right there, right at the moment. The method for how I want to message them, though, needs to be very value added. So if you were with us on Tuesday, we were kind of talking about that customer value journey, offering them something of free value and then getting them into an entry point offer into something higher. So a lot of what Aiden is selling, and probably why it works so well, is their lower ticket offers. So for our agency and our coaching, we're talking thousands of dollars. We can't open up with, hey, here's this, big humongous fee, just go buy it. It doesn't have that same effect. What we can do is we can say, hey, I'm providing this value. Hey, my business growth network, which is our membership, we're meeting on Monday. We're going to have a live workshop for an hour or two. Hey, we're doing a webinar. If you're interested, it's absolutely free. We're going to be live at this time. So you can offer them that free value and do it in a very consented way. So like if I'm doing one that's right here in Dallas, I'm going to go for the people who actually live in Dallas. As you can see, these are all life coaches. I do want to make sure that this is a current thing, right, and not a past, because it's going to pull up past. But now when I message them, I can craft a customized message that all I have to do is enter their name and change that. And I could say, hey, I can see you're a life coach in the Dallas area. We just moved here and we have a 24 seat training area. And we're going to be talking about, this highly relevant thing with direct results on Monday at 10 a.m. We hope to be able to record it by Facebook Live for our members, but if not, be there in person and ask some live questions, and we'll go through your situation personally. Because I put the word life coach in there, and I'm talking to specifically their type of business, things that I know life coaches care about because I've built out their avatar, that I know I'm going to have a wonderful response rate. In fact, when we've done this before and somebody doesn't get the message for like a month, they're like, oh man, I missed it. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's cool. Guess what? We have one on Monday. So you can kind of come back and you start building those relationships. You have real conversations. And you can start to scale that. So obviously for the in-person stuff, that only works in the Dallas area. If I want to do United States. So I'm going to keep it, I always try to keep the results as small as possible so that my messaging and my target is that custom message works and really speaks to those people. Now I've got 194 that I'm directly already connected to. And the reason that matters is when I message them, it can be a longer message. The other trick here is, I just can't connect with everybody, right? And you do, unlike Facebook, I want to say it's like 40,000 people you can connect to on LinkedIn. So you have the ability to scale. If I come over here and change it to second degree connection, so I am connected with somebody they're connected to. One, when I send them that invitation, they're just like Aiden had mentioned with Facebook, they're going to see that we're connected to like 82 people. Like that's how big of a deal it is now that I'm connected to almost 6,000 people on LinkedIn. But they're just going to automatically click, oh man, they're not somebody from some faraway country trying to sell me something. That's somebody in my niche. That's somebody who knows people I know. I'm going to be more limited. So you have the capability right here to send an invitation with a note. You only get 300 characters, so I'll use something like bit.ly, but I can immediately either put a personal note that starts a conversation, that starts engagement, so that I can get that conversation, or I can go ahead and put something direct. Like sometimes we like to start really simple, like here's this blog we wrote about how to build a comprehensive social media strategy specific to bankruptcy attorneys. So I can take one social media blog post, turn around, copy, paste it, formulate it just for bankruptcy attorneys, and then send that out and narrow the field down to just bankruptcy attorneys in the United States. And hey, I thought this would be helpful for you. Tell me what you think. And I would get so many clicks on that blog post. And of course, at that point, I'm going to utilize Facebook retargeting. I'm going to have an opt-in on that page to get them into another lead magnet to offer them something to purchase. And I'm going to be building that education up that, there's lots of people who are going to talk about social media. For business owners, there's not that many people talking about social media specific to attorneys, specific to bankruptcy attorneys. So the ability to do that. Now, let's see. I actually have Safari up here. We actually do a lot of this now on using Google Chrome, and we use a company called Meet Leonard. Not technically terms of service appropriate, but it does sit on top of LinkedIn and does this stuff for us. Let me see if I can pull that one up, because that's where things get really cool. So I have no idea what you're about to see. Oh, friend remover. There we go. Where I pull that up. I'm going to come up to LinkedIn now. The difference is I'm an Apple user, so now I'm pulling it up specifically on Chrome. If I do that same life coach search here.
Hey, Jenna, while you are searching for that, Jeff's got a quick question for you.
Sure.
The message you were showing, can you send that in bulk, or do you have to do it one at a time? So
if you do not have Meet Leonard, you have to do it individually, separately. And I've done that before. So back in the day, if you wanted to do this recurring and have something automated for you, $1,500, $2,500, and then another company came out and would do it for like, I think it was like 15 or 20. And Meet Leonard I like better because I feel like it does it in a more clean manner, and it starts to send retargeting follow-up messages to people. And that's where I found in the retargeting is where we get the most conversation started. So on the lowest level, like let's just say I'm just not up for working and this does it on the automatically, I can say, here's all these life coaches. I'm going to narrow it down to just first, because I just want to keep pinging them so that they know and get to know me really well. I can say, I'm just going to visit these people. I can add the tag for life coach. And the reason I will do that is so that when I go back into Meet Leonard has a CRM, I can search just by life coach as well. I can export it as a CSV file. Now this is cool because I can do a lot when I can get their email address off of LinkedIn. So it will basically scrape all of my first connection only, their email addresses, so I can put those in retargeting on Facebook. So I know Aiden mentioned doing everything organically. We like to do targeted Facebook ads. So I don't generally ever run, see, all, and that's actually, I believe, that's right in the group. So this is, you can see the results right there popping up. But I can take those lists, and I like to do custom audience retargeting on Facebook because the ad cost is way lower. I can do $5 a day and hit the entire audience 10 times. But you can do that, start it, and what it's going to do is it's going to start, it lays on top of LinkedIn and views the account for you. and it does it for a certain amount of seconds. I can do auto endorse. That's where I get a lot of the positive feedback, because I'm going there and I'm giving them something. I'm giving them value. I'm saying, hey, you rock at being a life coach, right? And they see my name, and it's that little bitty dopamine, flick at them. So that at the lowest level, I don't have to craft anything, but I can start a conversation. And then when I start sending messages and I start sending offers, I've already built up some of that rapport in that conversation that, hey, I've given you something, now give a little back. The other thing it's going to do, let me go over here to my profile.
Sorry, Jenna, just a quick question. You don't, is there ability on LinkedIn to send like audios, or does it have to be text?
I'll get to that one.
Okay.
I'll show you. So on connections at this point, I did pass. So I'm over 6,000 connections. I have the ability to, when you do that, you just get so much back. And I will cover a little bit of profile before, I forgot where I was going with that. So down here at the bottom. So if somebody comes and they're looking hey, do I want to invest $3,000 a month with Jenna, which is one of our signature packages. If they come down here and look at me, I've already got tons of endorsements. So it gives me that social proof. So if you're just starting out, it's a way to build a level of social proof without even getting there. Even added Kyvio there at the bottom to start building that one up. So kind of go back here, we'll go back to people, and I'll go and show people. Search for people. We'll go back to life coach, just because we've been working with that one quite a bit. I actually have no idea what scan is. I just do visit. I don't need to scan anybody. So this one is a connect. So connecting, I can actually, that's that one where you're limited to 300 characters. So you cannot send audio, you cannot send images, no PDFs, none of that. You can put a link in there, but you are going to be charged 300 of your, individual letters or whatever for your link. So use a bit.ly, use a pretty link, shorten it up high and tight like your my first 1,000 / join the movement. But I can send that select, I can put in templates on the CRM side and say, this one's going to be specifically for life coach for Kyvio. And if you can see here, I've personalized the message so I can make it say whatever their first name is. So I don't have to individualize this. I can send 200 that are highly customized all at the same time. Could add their last name if they want. A common one for me to use is their company name. Hey, I was just reading your bio about lifestyle coaching and love the transformation you're able to bring your clients. So they think it's very personalized. We're partnering with Kyvio to launch a 5-day free course, my first 1,000. I added a dollar sign in there because I wanted them to know what it was about. It enables you to spread your message further. Of course, I misspelled that. If interested, here's the link. Now, the magic in that is not in the first message, because most people, when they click accept, do it blindly. This will automate the second message. Hey, thanks for the connect first name. What do you feel like your superpower is, or your best potential client, if that makes more sense? Did you get a chance to check out? So now I'm asking them a question that, they want to respond. If you ask questions of people, they want to respond. Sorry, I'm just excited to see how many people we can get their first $1,000 in monthly reoccurring revenue in 30 days. And I think customizing the company name would be a great fit. So I can create this very personalized mass broadcast. It's not perfect. Some people push back and I'm like, don't care about you. And then I can change when they're going to get the second message. So when we were already starting my first 1,000 and we started this messaging group, 1 hour, I wanted them to get it really soon. When I was at the very beginning, it was 7 days. Let them sit on it, and then I'll get them excited about it just before it starts. So you can kind of choose what works for you and, what kind of return you want to get really bad or really fast. And then always tag. Tagging is going to help you later down the line where you can, I think Navigator added some for me, which is annoying, but whatever. I have life coach in here, so I can tag them if I'm connecting with life coaches. Exporting the CSV here is pointless. If I have a really large group, skip profiles without pictures because they're a waste at that point. And if I'm looking for a highly, better prospects, I might say premium profiles only. You can do 200 of these a day. And then on the back end, I have them throw out requests that are over 30 days old where people haven't paid attention. Why? Because A, I don't want them to stack up. That'll annoy LinkedIn. But 2, then this service will also come back and retarget them again and ping them again. So if it is a good email address and they just didn't see it the first time, I can do that. So I would almost recommend making sure you do like a big connect on the front end or split your audience up a little bit. So picking out a calendar. So one of the things Aiden says was, focus on one thing for like a period of time. So get a calendar out for the next 3 months. Like, hey, I'm going to sell this product in this direction with this lead magnet for 1 month, and do nothing but connects with those. Focus on visiting, focusing on connecting. Once you start to get your grouping built up, you can start messaging. And the reason I say don't do both is if you connect with somebody and then you turn around and send them a message, it gets really annoying. You need some time in there to build some, rapport up before you bombard them with sales messages. Kind of like ManyChat, they just get the message, and the open rates are great because when somebody sends them a message that they're connected to, you already go into their email inbox. So you don't have to have them on an email list. LinkedIn will send it to their inbox. You just need to be, cool about it. So one we did for our own agency was a quiz time for owners that actually sent them over to get the quiz from ManyChat. We've done women business owners for when we're doing our membership stuff in here, promoting them as well as our membership. Here, I can start to do more. And you can add tags, and I can make sure the only thing is messaging is over here. You do have to say first connection only, because the messaging can only be to people you are connected with. Unfortunately, you cannot automate a download. So I can't automatically put that in there. I can put a link in there. Does that make sense, Aiden?
Absolutely, yep.
Really cool. I clicked on a random link, add link. So you'll see InMail says nothing here. If I go over here to Sales Navigator though, so you do have to pay for LinkedIn to use this strategy. If you try to do this strategy and you do not have a paid LinkedIn account, LinkedIn will slap your hand bad, really, really, really bad. If I go do a search over here, same thing, we're gonna do life coach. It'll put my last one in there, which was United States. You can narrow it down really, really well over here. I can do this thing called InMail. So InMail, if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, is you can send a message to someone who is not directly connected to you. If you have Navigator, if you have a Meet Leonard Pro account, you can send up to 500 InMails to people who have a special setting on their either their Navigator or their advanced premium LinkedIn account that says you can still message them directly. So you do not have to be connected, and they will not count towards your, let's see, there's a point in here. I have your screen over here separating it. So it'll say send InMail using credits. So you get so many, like I think it's like 30 credits if you have LinkedIn, or if you can say send InMail to premium profiles only. So you can send 500 messages across LinkedIn to people you're not connected to as long as they have premium open profiles. So the ability to send a mass message out to fill an event or get someone to a blog, I only say that like keep it highly focused on value, especially at the front before you build, kind of like what Aiden was saying, we've talked about their kids and we've done this. His posts that he's showing you, those are on just, the random thing that you're scrolling. It's just the feed. At the point that you're messaging someone inside of LinkedIn, it's got to be value added. Send them into that value piece, get them pixeled so you can retarget, get them to where they can opt in for a lead magnet that then offers your course. But you cannot just say, hey, buy my stuff, it's $37. That's not going to fly very well at all over here on LinkedIn. Now, going back to your profile and like your feed, absolutely take everything Aiden did. That works spectacularly on LinkedIn, especially when it's, you're adding a lot of value in the video. I will say this about the video. Do not take your YouTube video and put it in the comment section on LinkedIn. You at this point now on LinkedIn can upload native video. That's a newer feature for them. And just like Facebook did with YouTube, that YouTube's not their friend. They're not getting any love for that. They eventually want the ad revenue from Facebook video. That's where they're taking their platform, is just like YouTube. I'm positive LinkedIn's going to go that direction as well. Tag people just like Facebook. These hashtags used to be meaningless on LinkedIn. Now they're like a really big thing, and it's part of, let me see if I can go back to it again. It's become a big part. I forgot where it's at. Connections. Oh yeah, connections. Nope, that's not it. One of these areas, it like separates and it will actually tell you which hashtag. So I can follow the business hashtag. I can follow my first 1000 hashtag on LinkedIn, and it will automatically bring up everyone using that hashtag, just if I were using some kind of content scheduler that did for me. So this is going to be a bigger deal going forward. So taking that strategy, implementing it on LinkedIn, but the only thing on caveat that's so important I would do first is optimize the living daylights out of your profile before you do any of this. If you're going to niche, and let's say you're going to niche hop kind of like I do it for 1 month, then, you know, customize your profile for the next month, the next month, the next month. Let me move like my screen over here. So just kind of like Aiden mentioned with the profile picture on the background or the cover image, make sure it lets you, you know, kind of create some interest, that it's a reflection of your brand. Looking for 100 businesses to double in 2008, are you in? That immediately is going to grab someone's attention and say, yeah. They scroll down, what is it going to ask? Like somebody today was like, hey, look how I can help agency owners, putting them through a process utilizing, I don't know, one of these software like Plutio. And then he used an arrow and it went into dog lover and this and that. I'm like, what? You're going to take me from a sauna to being a dog lover? I'm confused. So make a direct offer, like looking for 100 business owners to measurably double their business in 2018. Ask me how you can get started today for just $2. That is my membership offer. If I'm going to help somebody double, I'm not going to do it for free. You're going to come be one of my members so that I can pitch you, right? And then the next one is going to be do your summary. Go get, you know, some story brand, get a story that really grabs everyone's attention. I actually put some personal stuff in there because I normally don't. So for someone who's very cold and black-hearted like myself, putting a story in there like started really grabbing people's attention. And then it got to the heart of what they really want. Hey, revenue is more than buying stuff in big houses. Like, I'm not just selling you this product. I'm not selling you how to build a business. I'm not selling you how to build a landing page that converts. I'm selling you the ability to put your kids in good schools and live in safe neighborhoods and kind of start building your legacy. And then we edited this based on StoryBrand. We came back, and I know StoryBrand, so the fact that I wasn't using it was just stupid. But coming back, hey, we're going to give you a roadmap. We're going to tell you step by step. We're going to help you avoid pitfalls, and we're going to actually make sure you get it done. Get started today. Come over here, you know, get my free download. So this is the download, like the entry into our system, and we'll do it at no cost. Now, right here, I'm a little missing something on my website from, I've not installed maybe the social picture on my Kyvio site, but putting down, you know, your PDFs here, any checklist, but if you want to give it away for free images of you speaking, deck it out. Let's see. And then make sure, so we're actually doing terrible right here. We did it for our agency, but like working with Kyvio, we've not added anything. All of these should be decked out with specifically how you can help, making sure you have images where all those are. And here's the other big one I would recommend for everyone. Get some freaking recommendations. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm just starting out. I don't have any testimonials. I seriously doubt that. Like if you're going to start a business, you obviously have some experience in it. Go write a recommendation for somebody and then turn around in a LinkedIn message and say, hey, I wrote you a recommendation. I hope it's helpful. Do you mind doing one for me? If you help somebody out for free, like it's very common in like the DM lab group that I'll just jump on, you know, a private Facebook message and go back and forth with somebody, helping them through a problem. Hey, you know, I didn't charge you for any of this. I gave you 30 minutes, an hour of my time. Would you like mind paying me back just by writing me a LinkedIn review? And the reason I say LinkedIn or Facebook is specifically because they're public. If somebody says, you know, here's this rave review on my landing page, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. If that can be traced back to a real person, and you can go link it back to, you know, LinkedIn, linked it back to Facebook, and there's, you know, this is one of our members right here, Randy. If the people can come back and see this and see it's associated with what we're selling, they're like, oh, Randy really did it. They could even message Randy and be like, hey, you know, what is your experience with Business Growth Network? And when you start to ask, when you have products that are I think $297 is one of our lowest products, and that's the kickoff on Monday. We're not going to quickly sell something. Like if something costs $9, nobody cares about your testimonials. Yeah, $39, yeah, maybe. $297, they care. $3,000, they care. So by building up this rapport and getting these reviews, you'll be able to step into those more expensive products. And one of the best ways, like either ask people you help in person, ask people you've taught this before, and then just give some. That's like the easiest method right there. As far as like, this is going to turn around, I can't say. I don't sell things like Aiden does where it's really highly trackable. We're working on that with Kyvio and productizing our agency and our membership offers. But it's going to come down to, ours is like $11,000, $9,000. We've built our entire agency pretty much off of LinkedIn. That's where a lot of the stuff comes, LinkedIn and referrals. And it's all done by outreach. There's no way I'd have an office. I wouldn't have the membership I have now. Our meetup group, using LinkedIn for, what was it? I think just 3 days, I built up a 200-person meetup group, meetup.com, getting people in our office, instantaneously got 4 new members in the first week. That's a lot. I didn't see anybody with questions, or I got that closed down. Starting to get hungry again.
No, I just want to jump in and say this is really good. And I think LinkedIn crowd by definition is more focused on business. So if you're on Facebook, you know, like Aiden said, it's a little bit of chit chat about, hey, I saw your grandkid's picture, congratulations. But if you're on LinkedIn, you're like, wait, where did you see my grandkid's picture? It's more about the business. It's more about how you're giving value to other people. So if your business, if your membership site is about building someone else's business, helping them in what they're doing in their mission in life, I think LinkedIn is a really, really good place for that. Like I said, for me, the only reason I'm working with Jenna to bring people from LinkedIn into Facebook group is because I want to centralize our tribe here. What I don't want to do is run 2 parallel groups and update things everywhere. It's just so much better to say, hey, we run a weekly live session in our group. Just jump on over and see if you like something that will help you grow your business. But I've looked at your business type, and here's a quick tip that would already make a difference in what you're doing. So something like that, something actionable that helps people to remember you, to notice you. And trust me, in business, that goes a long, long way. And I have to say this, today's session's been really easy for me because I just let 2 experts talk about how to do traffic, right? They're both really good at what they do. And once you have everything set up, once you have your niche, once you have the offer set up, once you've got your membership site set up, once you start bringing everything together, the last thing you need to do is drive traffic. And honestly, if your course, if your membership site is really good, the only thing you ever need to do again is drive traffic. And hey, once you're growing, then you can just automate that process by hiring someone else, giving them the responsibility, and you can focus on engaging your community more like we're doing right now, and making sure that you continue to stay on top of the recurring subscription that you are managing and getting every single month. So that's what you should be focusing on. All right. Now, I will say this. That's exactly the ethos that Jenna and I had in mind when we talked about building the Membership Growth Institute. Now, when I say it's an institute, it is an institute. This is the only course we're offering at the moment, but they're going to be smaller and bigger offshoots as well. With this one, though, our goal is to work with a few people one-on-one. In my case, I want to work with people one-on-one and make sure they get to that stage where they continue. Jenna, can you stop making faces? You're confusing me. All right.
I'm trying to read comments, and I'm blind as a
Only
bat.
seeing your
Getting
face
more
going
friend
like,
requests.
so yeah.
I was looking at a friend request. It's like, do I know that person?
Don't accept them.
But here's the thing. So you're going to get all of this as well when we talk, because, you know, we're very easygoing, but our goal still is building businesses. I really like Jenna's philosophy there. When I think in a LinkedIn description, she talked about her business, Warfare Marketing, that it's a profitable business. So I want to be clear about this. I'm not giving you $18,000 worth of value for 2,000 out of the goodness of my heart. We are going to make profit on this, but at the same time, I want to turn around and help you make profit on it. To me, if you haven't within the next 8 months 10x what you're investing today, it's a waste. So that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to build a recurring exitable membership site business that you can continue to grow moving forward. And for that, all you need to do is join the Membership Growth Institute. Like I said, you got 2 options. If you trust me enough, jump head first, go for the full package. But if you want to take it slow, if money's an issue, go for the 6-pay option. I wasn't even going to go for that initially, but Jenna recommended that we should have that in place for people who want to kind of take it easy with their investments. So by all means, jump into one of those packages. And again, hopefully I get to see you at Traffic and Conversion Summit, and we'll do a live session get together as well. We'll make sure that by then you've already progressed quite a bit. I help you take it to the next level as well.
If nothing else, I think I mentioned this on Neil's personal profile when he mentioned, about talking with Ryan yesterday. I just want everyone to come to Traffic and Conversion. When I go, there's so many people, and I'm such an introvert. I'm just like, I don't know anybody. And I didn't go last year when I do know more people, and that's probably a completely stupid worry for me to have coming up in February. But I just want to have people to hang out with. That I'm like, I can hang out with you and just hide under your, big shoulders.
That would be good, pretty good. Now, it does remind me that we still have a couple of tickets to give away because I forgot to do that yesterday. I forgot to give away a free ticket as I promised, so I apologize. The session did overrun, and I think it's going to be the same again today. So and someone else pointed out I shouldn't be showing all the emails to everyone when I'm doing a live call, so I'm going to hide that this time. You're going to have to trust me. But there are two ways in which I'm going to pick a winner. So people who have been engaging a lot on all these videos, what I have done is that my team has picked out those names. And let me just go find that spreadsheet. Yep. My team has picked out those names, and I'm going to pick a random winner from there. That's the first ticket. The second ticket's going to be, again, with all the email addresses of people that opted in on Join the Movement page, or the people who gave the email addresses when they were joining this Facebook group as well. One of the benefits is that you get to have the opportunity to actually get access to one of the Traffic and Conversion Summit tickets as well. So I'm just going to open the spreadsheet, and like I said, you got to trust me on this. I am running it as randomly as possible, but I'm going to pick a winner right now, and I will be giving away a free Traffic and Conversion Summit ticket to that winner. So let me go ahead and find that winner right now. So that winner is Fez1010 at something.com, right? So FASIH1010. If that's your username, get in touch with me via PM or just via this group, and I'll make sure that you have your ticket. The other ticket that I can give, I don't mind running a screen share for that because it's just your names, right? Everyone knows your names, hopefully. There's no GDPR issues there. So let me pick a few names that have been super engaging. Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. It's only where Europeans are sick of that GDPR.
No, we have to go with it too, because y'all change up. The system has to change for you, and we have to use it.
Sorry. Don't know what they're doing.
Hey, we're not sorry. It's good for everyone.
Yeah.
Except for us. All right. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do, except for business owners. It's terrible for them. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got all these names of all the people who've been interacting on the first 4 days. Of course, I can't get the names from today, so I apologize. So if you've been here, if you've been engaging quite a lot, I've got all these names over here. And this time, hopefully, you are watching live as well, because if you've been engaged for the first 3-4 days, you should be engaged today as well. So let me go ahead and pick a random name. And as I said, you get to come with us to Traffic and Conversion Summit as well. And that random name is Lewis Crust. So Lewis, if I recognize you because I think you're actually a Kyvian already, so congratulations. You get a free ticket to Traffic and Conversion Summit. Make sure to get in touch with me via support desk or private messaging or whatever else works, and we'll make sure that you have your ticket to Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I will be seeing you there for sure.
Congrats, Lewis. That's an awesome opportunity.
Cool. Excellent. So one more time, I just want to kind of recap what we discussed over the last 5 days, what happens over the weekend coming up to Monday, and what happens after that as well. So we started talking about your first niche, how to figure that out, how to decide what niche, what submarket you want to go after. Then we moved on to building your first offer, which is, even if you have an idea for a product, how to prepare an entire offer around it. Then we talked about laying out all the content, planning things out, and Jenna shared an amazing worksheet with you. If you haven't downloaded it, I strongly recommend that you go back and download that. Day 4 was all about bringing it together without all the technical hassle and getting to your first $1,000. But to really scale that up and to really do that without any doubt, without any fear, you had to be on today's session, because today's session was all about building a tribe, all about building a community where you can offer a lot of value. And as and when it is comfortable for everyone, you can pitch something and you can get paid for that as well. So hopefully you found great value in today's session as well. So here's what's going to happen from today. Tomorrow and day after, I'm going to take it slightly easy because it's been very, very hectic 5 days. I mean, for me and Jenna both, and Aiden today as well. Of course, it's, by the way, just so you know, before we got on the call today, Aiden was complaining because it was really hot there.
I drank like 2 liters of water. Gone.
So
I need to pee.
it's like 28 Celsius and 86 degree Fahrenheit or something. It's ridiculous cold, I would say.
Double here. Double here.
I shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah. So again, we're all going to take a bit of a break, but again, I will jump in tomorrow and day after and remind you about the Membership Growth Institute, because it is important that you do participate if it is a fit for you. Like I said, if it's not, I don't want to push you, but if you think that we can help you, if you think you want to get to the stage where people like Veronica, people like Sam, Millie, and everyone's at, then I want to help you get there as well. And I shared, I think, Veronica's case study today, where she has generated over 100,000 euros, not dollars, euros, with Kyvio and with the membership sites that she's creating. So that's what's going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. Monday is when we have the kickoff call. And before the kickoff call, we'll be closing entries, which means for the next 3 to 6 months, most likely 6 months, we will not be reopening this institute again. And if you miss it, you miss it, because we want to focus on people who are ready to take action right now. After Monday, though, we're going to go into a rhythm where I'm going to hold you accountable. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you're not checking in at least once a month, if you are not actually doing things, I'm going to kick you out, because I want this group to be a group of action takers. If you're going to slack off, if you're going to be like, oh yeah, Neil, one day I'll get to it, but that day is not today, then come back and join that group that day when you feel like you want to build a membership site. So I want this group to be all about action takers. I want this community to help each other. So if someone posts something, they need help, help them out. If they post a little win, and you should be doing that too, then congratulate them. You know, tell them that you should be doing the same thing, and then do the same thing and post your win as well. This group is all about growing together. It's all about getting to your first 1,000 together. Now that 1,000 figure is something I picked up because, hey, it's catchy, and I have a goal to get 1,000 people to $1,000. So that's my $1 million goal. But your goal might be completely different. Whatever that is, put it on your wall and stick to it. Put it on your wall and work towards it. Make sure that every day you're growing 1%. Every day you're taking one step further to your goal. You're always working towards it. There is a saying, like, when you're not growing, you're dying, and it's true. If you're building a recurring business and you're not growing, someone else is, and they're going to take all of your customers away from you. So what you need to do is relentlessly work towards growing your business. And it's okay to be a little bit cutthroat about it. I mean, I'll tell you this, and we sometimes talk politics with Jenna because it's okay, because we're in a small group. But I'm a liberal. But I still love money. I still love making money, and you should feel the same way as well. If you are creating something, you gotta get paid for that as well. If you're not getting paid, stop creating. And it's the same with me. If you stop engaging in this group, I'll kick you out, or I'll just stop offering value, whichever is easier. So if you want value from me,
you're being a lot nicer about it. I think that every single day, I've told people they need to go post what they're doing in the group every single freaking day. If you're not sharing, if you're not held accountable, if you don't post and let everyone else know where you're at, you're just not going to do it. You're going to slack off. And here's the thing. The biggest one that we've seen is people are afraid. We have lots of people that we consult with. We have business owners who just don't get started. It could take me 1.5 years to get them to even where they're actually going. And hey, this might actually work. I took this one thing you told me to do, and I finally did it 18 months later, and it worked. So now I'm excited. I'm going to go do the rest. I'm like, really? Really? It took you 18 months? 18 months? Or it's, something really crazy happens in their life. So one of the members, her husband's not working. They're going through savings. She makes a little bit of money, but not enough. She still wants time with their kids. And quite honestly, I can't imagine if my husband was being a jerk and not making money. that has kind of spurred her to action. When she figured out that it could be done and we gave her an outline of how to build her membership site in a systematic way, all of a sudden now she's super excited about it. She thought she needed more training. She's there this week, and she's going to come kick ass next week. So if there's any fear whatsoever, the whole point of the group is to get you over that fear. Whether it's fear of like Aiden, like I can tell you right now, my fear, and every female I know, is like the idea of growing a Facebook account on a personal level, just for girls who are used to, let's say, guys acting inappropriately in our PMs. We kind of tend to be a little less chill about that. We're like, and that's why my LinkedIn is bigger, is because Facebook scares me on that level. So one of my fears will be working with Aiden. Hey, like, get over it, Jenna. So moving past those fears is the point. And if you post what is really going on, what is a real fear, and I'll make that promise to you, I will do the same to you too. Because I don't care what stage you're at. I don't care if you're making $1 a day, 100 a day, or you're freaking like Tesla. That dude's like making $1 billion. You have something you're afraid of. There's a day, probably at least once a month, you're like curled up in a ball, like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Everyone has those days. I want to see people's days like that. Because if you are vulnerable and you let us know what's really going on, we can help.
I like that. I mean, it's something that we try to keep to ourselves. We feel that, no, that's our weaker side and we shouldn't show. But the thing is that when you are open enough and when you share your vulnerability, people really, you realize how many people care about you, realize how many people want you to win, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Good people don't want you to fail. And I really believe this, even in America here, right now we're getting like tons of bad publicity. Most people don't want you to fail miserably. We really want you to succeed. And if you have people around you that don't want you to succeed, might be time to get rid of them. Purge. Yeah. So your Facebook account, he was talking about purging people who don't pay attention. It might be time to purge people who are negative in your life as well. Biggest game changer in my own life, purge the negativity.
And definitely, and one thing I'll just add on to what Jenna said there, when people are negative towards you, and again, I sort of learned, it took me a long time to figure this out. You have to separate that, because that person is trying to project stuff onto you. If they want you to fail, they're sending all stupid messages to whatever. Like, you got to separate it, and it's tough to do that at times because you want to react, but you need to respond appropriately. And as Jenna said, the perfect response is don't get involved. And as you cut those people out, it's just your surroundings, your circle, as Neil pointed out, they care, they want you to succeed, and it's the momentum. It's all positive energy, and it's crazy that sounds, and it took me a long time to buy into that. But that was because of what was going on up here and who I was hanging around with and what people were saying to me. I was internalizing and thinking, believing what they were saying to me, and it took me a long time to separate that, cut you out of my life. We're talking about systemizing things, but you need to micromanage about look around the broader picture. Yeah, it's just okay. You're gone. These people want me to succeed. I feel happier, I'm more content. You're comfortable in yourself. Then you know you're going somewhere. And I think that's what's great about this project that we're rolling out. Is just you're around good people. I can even getting on this call, I can even just feel it. I'm just like, this is going somewhere. I know this is going.
I'm excited. Like Saul has so much energy. I'm like, okay, you've got like 50 messages to me. Like, if you're this pumped, I need to bring this much energy. And then I'll go over there to LinkedIn, and I was getting some of the responses from, trying to move people into this movement. And, the hashtag is my first 1,000. And she's, I don't want you to think that not all negativity, sometimes it is feedback, and you should absolutely listen to feedback. And she was like, just so you know, it would have been, maybe better if you said 100,000, because she's already doing way more than 1,000 with book sales. Why does she want to focus on $1,000 with a membership site? Now, you just have to remember and ask yourself, why is somebody saying this? Maybe it's an issue with them, or they're just a hateful person who don't like blondes or something like that. Then just delete. But this is a completely legitimate concern. She's like, I'm already making 1,000. I'm like, that's outstanding. I'm glad that you're making 1,000 already or more. Would love to get you to 100,000. By the way, we just had Ryan on for Thursday's call. Maybe if you just want to come in there and see he's making 500 plus just on one of his memberships a month, not a year, a month. So you can reframe things, and take that criticism. Hey, you're automating these messages and it's clear. I'm like, it happens. Sorry. You misspelled something. Yeah, I misspell things every day. Like, not an English major. Didn't tell you I could do that. Oh, well, you said a lot. Yeah, because I'm showing you how to use something and I'm thinking, what the hell do they do? Like, it just, you're going to have to let it go. And I think even Neil asked me, he's like, what do you do about negative YouTube comments? And I'm like, troll the shit out of them. I have the #1 review on Tony Robbins' Facebook page because I made a, big old review because of the way he acted towards women. And it was a little snarky, a little funny, but very true. But then all these male trolls came out. And I was like, Sunday, my kids are asleep watching their, iPads. And as they kind of wake up, and I'm like, I've got time. Just troll them. Because every single trolling comment on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn even, it feeds the algorithm.
It's true.
And at one point, I was just rolling, laughing. And I started telling the trolls, like, dude, post more. Because every time you troll me, you make this particular review higher. And so now I have the #1 2-star review of Tony Robbins because of trolls. Feed the troll, baby. Feed them.
Exactly, and it does work. I mean, you gotta embrace basically people pushing back at you, but just don't push yourself back. Don't hold yourself back because let other people do it. I mean, that's their job. Your job is to just relentlessly continue to move forward. That's the only thing you should be focusing on. And I'll say this because I think it was Mitch again who said that consider the opportunity cost here if you don't do this. So I want to position it like this because, this, again, I'm just going to switch screens because I think Jenna will start making funny faces, but I'm going to position it like this, that if you think about, you got two options here, right? So you can either go at it yourself. You can save that $2,000. You can save that $19.97. And you can be like, you know what, Neil, in the next 8 months, I'm going to get to 20K without you anyway. Now, if you're confident about that, my one question to you is, why haven't you done it yet? Second question is that if you are confident about that, perfect. Let me know when that happens and tell me how you got there. I'll interview you here in the My First 1,000 group. But if you think that with Jenna's help, my help, and hopefully Aiden's help as well, you can get there faster, you can get there, for sure, then absolutely join that. Because the cost of missing out isn't $2,000. The cost of missing out is $20,000. And that's really how you should look at it. Because when I initially started, I paid a lot of money for mentoring. In 3 years, I paid $150,000 for mentoring. And that's all the money that I had saved up. I had a bit more and all the money I had saved up, but that helped me to make 5-6 times more money. And honestly, if I had that limiting mindset or that I can't pay that, I wouldn't have got there. I wouldn't have been able to alleviate myself to that level. And it's a simple thing as well. If you can't pay, let's say $397, even the split payments right now, and this is a mental barrier. If you find in your mind that you can't afford to pay $397, I can guarantee, and I'm not trying to shame anyone here, but I can guarantee you, you would struggle to even charge $397 from someone else. Why? Because you will have this limiting belief in your head that, oh yeah, if I can't afford it, maybe they can't afford it either, so let me price it lower. The only reason people continue to lower the prices on themselves is because they feel that they wouldn't be able to pay that to someone else either, so no one else can pay them that. So to me, the reason why we had it at this and nothing lower was because if I'm willing to put in 8 months of my time to work with someone one-on-one, can I charge them, let's say, $497 one time and say, this is all yours and use me as much as you want? No, I have a value, and I said the minimum I want to charge someone who works with me one-on-one is this, and if I'm comfortable with that or not. And that was a number we put forward, which again, like I said, if you're getting 18,000 in value, charging only about 1/10 of that approximately, it's a pretty good deal. And if it can help you get to that 18,000 in your business in the next 8 months, you should absolutely grab it. Good. That was like, mic drop.
And out.
It's a bargain. I think it's Saul saying it's absolute bargain. I think Saul's joining in later as well. He's going for the split pay option, and Saul is one of the people I'm looking forward to seeing again at Traffic and Conversion Summit. So hopefully I get to see other people there as well who've been who join the Membership Growth Institute, so we don't have to feel introverted ourselves. We can feel introverted together in a bigger group. It'd be nicer.
Hey,
Safety in
when
numbers.
you're all together in a group, it's not the same. Like when I was younger, we had a group of like 70 people we'd all go to the bars with. So you're no longer an introvert. You're just there with friends, and it happens to be in a big space. And once it's like 70 deep, you then become the popular crowd. You're like, you've got the party wherever we go.
Exactly. So
And I
we'll
can't imagine being around Saul drinking. I think that's just danger, danger, Will Robinson.
He drank us out Guinness in Dublin anyway, I know that much.
Oh.
There was no Guinness left. That's all Saul's
I used to be able to drink a Marine under the table, but I'm old now.
fault.
Nice. So I think we'll call it a day. Like I said, we do continue starting next week. I'll try and do one live video a week to share what's working for us, but I'll look for everyone's questions, everyone's guidance about what's kind of holding them back from taking the business to the first 1,000 level. And like I said, beyond that, if you need our help, Membership Growth Institute is where it's at.
All right, bye everybody. I'm going to cut it off there. I have to go eat.
Sure. Mandy, the link is myfirst1000.com/MGI. So I'm going to drop the link for everyone again, but that's where you need to go, myfirst1000.com/MGI. Okay, well, I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. And remember, this recording comes out on Sunday. So hopefully you're still listening to this and you haven't lost this somewhere on the internet.
All right, bye guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank
Thank you. Bye.